Showbiz today.
Thank you very much. I love being here after watching you for weeks in Europe, and I love watching your show all the time.
And we didn't even pay her to say that.
That's right.
Actually, Gloria does have a new album out, a CBS TV special, which will be re-airing on June 2nd. Those are just a couple of things that we're going to get to talk with her about. We have the whole half hour to do it. We got your daughter away from you because she's hanging on you wherever you go.
We're attached, definitely, at the hip.
As a parent, are you concerned with what movies and TV all of your kids watch?
I'm very concerned. My son, he's grown and gone. He's actually going to be directing himself, so I talked to him a lot about that, about the responsibility he has as a director, that everything that he makes, people will be watching. It's like mass meditation, TV to me, and movies. And I try not to let her watch anything alone. Even flipping through the channels with the remote control is dangerous sometimes because the images are so graphic, usually on news shows and things that I don't want to see that are disturbing. So if I do see something, I want to be there to discuss it with her and to talk her through it and make sure that she's all right with it.
Well, I know she'll be watching your special June 2nd.
Definitely. She was there when we shot it.
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Gloria, there is a new Harvard study just came out, and it looks at so-called violence in, of all things, G-rated videos.
I believe it.
Dennis Michael tells us all about this one. 15 years of cranking out the hit album, superstar Gloria Estefan returns to her roots with her third Spanish-speaking album, a rich blend of Caribbean styles called Alma, you have to help me
Caribeña.
here. Caribeña. I just admitted that I'm good.
Call it Caribbean Soul. We put it on the title, too, in case people couldn't pronounce it.
I have such a good teacher here.
Yeah, I'm there for you whenever
Thank
you want.
Gloria. Now, you and your husband took kind of a different approach in the making of this CD.
Yes, we did. We wanted to continue what we started with Mi Tierra years back in 1993. Didn't want to do a part two because that was a very special creative album for us. It was supposed to be a new album sounding old. Here we wanted to evolve and really try some new things, new rhythms. A lot of fusion in here from different Caribbean countries like Panama, Dominican Republic, Cuba, of course, which is the solid base of the album, is what we know. Puerto Rico, salsa from there. And I don't think you could identify it if you sat down, but it's all rich like a soup, a Caribbean soup, and very passionate, very extreme. And for the first time, I didn't go into the studio until these songs were mine, like if I'd been singing them on the road for over a year. It was 4.5 years in the making, this album.
And you sort of pretended that you were in your grandma's kitchen.
That's right.
Just singing those songs to her.
I used to sing to her because I was very shy. I never thought I'd be a performer, really. Music was so, for me, a very private thing. I sang since I talked. But I would sit in the kitchen with my grandma and learn all these really old Cuban songs from way back when. So I felt so comfortable doing this type of music, and it was, I approached it like that. I was just singing for her and doing a performance.
And you didn't write any of them this time?
No, I didn't. And you know, I loved it because as a writer, you're so subjective about how a song should sound. And these songs I took almost like scripts and tried to create different personalities with the different songs, and it gave me a lot of freedom. And the acting thing, you know, having studied for a few years now, really let me let go of myself and just do wild stuff like that duet with Feliciano. That's a woman confessing she's been unfaithful and he's forgiving her. We call that fiction, but well, it was a lot of fun to explore those kinds of things and aren't particularly my experience, definitely.
And we will see many of these songs on your special that's being rebroadcast
That's
June
right,
2nd
yes.
on CBS.
Yes, in the Bahamas, we're going to kick it off in a neutral Caribbean country, so I wouldn't have to pick one of the ones that the rhythms are from. And we had a blast. It's such a great vibe down there. I definitely wanted people to get the feeling of the, you know, the water, the sand, the tropical, you know, images, and it worked. It really was a fantastic show, and we have people also from the Bahamas, you know, these great puppet people that were in there, and the Junkanews as well, so it was a lot of fun.
Now, I know the jellyfish did not bite you in the Bahamas, but
No.
the acting bug has beat you, Gloria Estefan.
It's bit
You're
me.
in Music of the Heart this year, and
Yes.
you and your husband just optioned a book to
Yes,
become
we
a
did.
movie.
Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss, a good friend as well. Now through the years, we've been trying to get this film out to the big screen, and very metaphysical band, a true story, out of Miami as well. But I also just did a film with Andy Garcia that in the middle of my promotion, he calls me and says, Gloria, I've got this role, it's perfect for you. I go, great, when do you do it? Summer? He goes, next week. It's done, it's in the can. It's a story of Arturo Sandoval, a Cuban trumpeter, and it'll be on HBO for the fall, their big fall movie. So I'm thrilled, very political story, so it was a lot of fun to do and to work with Andy.
Of course, of course.
I got to kiss him on the cheek. Saw your eyes.
Oh, we'll talk about that one later. Right now, in fact, we're going to go to break so that we can talk about Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Showbiz Today will be right back. Do not go anywhere. There's lots more to come. Case, you spoke to Janet Reno, in fact, but we haven't heard from you lately.
Well, I think that everything's pretty much been said and done. I imagine the movies will have some of the behind the scenes. I don't know. We all pretty much lived the story, so we know what went on. She was very kind when I called her to respond. She responded right away within 5 minutes because I wanted to offer myself up to see what we could do to help in that situation. And that fateful day, finally, when I went to the cameras, she had asked me to make the father feel comfortable. I told her he's in no danger here. It'd be easiest for the boy if the father comes to get him, because that way it's not some strange INS agent getting him. It's his dad, and things would be a lot easier that way. So I went out. We tried to create calm in the city. It was a day that was a lot of tension going on. But I was very sad to see how things turned out, because it really needn't have gotten to that ending. But well, he got his day in court, which is what we were concerned about. We really feel that he deserved to have his say, and he's with his dad. We're very happy that he's happy and with his dad. I just wish he didn't have those nightmares, which I'm certain he's going to have from that experience, and it's kind of tough all the way around.
Have you spoken to Janet Reno since then?
No, we haven't spoken since the day that Elian was taken. But I imagine it was a tough call for her. I just wish they would have been a little more patient. I don't think that there was a need to resort to violence. And as a mother, I think it's very important that we show our kids that conflict should be resolved in a peaceful manner. And as long as you've got negotiations going on and talking going on, there's no need to resort to guns and terror to resolve things. I think it's a very bad message we send to our kids that way.
And what about the feeling in the Miami community now?
Well, I think we've learned a lot as Cuban Americans. We're very passionate about what we feel about Cuba. It'd be very sad if we'd forgotten in the span of 40 years the love of our homeland, and it wouldn't matter to us. That would be horrible. But I do think that it's very tough for people to understand, and we do understand now how difficult it is for other people to understand what's going on in Cuba. I think only history will be able to really tell the truth about what happened there, and it'll take time. And we're certainly, we love this country. It's given us a lot of opportunities. And we love this country very much as well, but we can't forget our homeland.
Okay, and now we're going to give you an opportunity to be an anchor woman.
Okay,
because
I'll take it.
You didn't come here to plug this
tough gig.
Okay, so Gloria, take it away.
All right, every Saturday night, millions of people turn on their TVs to tune into one of the most popular, fun, and long-running shows ever produced. And no, it's not Saturday Night Live, it's Sábado Gigante. Bill Tush spoke with its colorful creator, Don Francisco.
You are hired. It has just been played, and I'm very sad that our time is up for now.
Me too. I really love this. Thank you for having me.
I can't thank you enough for being here. You have to come back one time and sing for us.
I sure will. My pleasure.
Right now, we're going to sing through the magic of... Not we're going to sing. You're going to sing through the magic of video.
Me.
Okay. After we're off the air.
Okay.
No me dejes de querer.